Good morning, all of you. Okay, so let's continue further. To our last lecture, if I'm not wrong, we have discussed about defining a class. Along with the members of the class, we define the functions also. That much we have understood. Yes or no? That means now we are thorough with the part of defining a class. Okay, so in that case, let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. This was the program till we discussed, isn't it? Just go through it with once. All of you are requested to go through this program once. We have discussed how our class was defined. This is our class. How we have defined the class? By first of all deciding the attributes of the class. For this class example box, we have defined the attributes length, breadth, and height, isn't it? But after that, we also defined operations, which were they? Volume and area. So these were the two operations. But now question comes, we have defined everything. Means we have defined all these are termed as members of the class. Members of the class. But in this case, our operations, which are functions, we need to define them. In the class, I have already declared them. Okay, I have only declared, not defined. For that, we have discussed there are two ways. Okay, so we have defined these classes, sorry, functions, volume and area. Please remember the way of defining functions outside the class. We need to mention the class name. Okay, generally when we define a function, we write return type, function name, and the arguments. But in case of C++, when you define a function outside the class, at that time, return type, then mention the class name, followed by double colon, and then function name is to be mentioned. So, what is the significance of it? As of now, we are having only one class in this single file, one class, that is box only. But it may happen in future, because I will discuss it. It may happen in a single CPP file, we can have more than one classes, not only box. So which method belongs, sorry, which function belongs to which class? For that we are specifying the class name. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So this was the thing. Then our void main. Let me compile the program. Is the error? Oh, sorry. No errors. What if I run this program? What if I run this program? Runtime error. Let's see. Okay. Before moving to that, first of all, thing our execution will start from main function. Have I written anything in main? Okay. Is there any syntactical error in it? If there would have been any syntactical error, then I would have got it at the time of compilation only, which I haven't received. Zero errors. Okay. Now I am running it. Program executed successfully. Sir, we haven't seen the output. Why you will see the output? Because we haven't written anything in main. We have not called the function volume. We have not called the function area. We have not defined, obtained the values of LBH from the user. Are you getting my point? So this at this point we stopped last time. Sir, how to get the values of LBH, length, breadth, height from the user? Where to get it? In void main? No. We will not get the value of length, breadth and height in void main. For that, again we will make a function in the class itself. Okay. Can I say the function name to be void get dimension? I do like this. See, now everything I will talk with respect to function. Complete code I will discuss in functions. I will not discuss like everything we will be writing in void main, what we used to do in C. No. Now everything will be in function. Our smallest logic will go into function. As you can see, value to be obtained from user, that also we are making into function. Now we will not be writing in void main. Void main is just meant for calling. I'm getting my point. So void main is a controlling part. But main logic resides into the functions of the class. Void get dimension. Or I can say void get data. Anything. I'm getting my point. So get dimension is a function. So what I need to do for that function? I have only declared in the class. So now what I need to do? બોલો just what we need to do now. हम શાંતિથી બેસવાની જરૂર નથી. Yes. Exactly. Where we'll be writing that? Perfect. That means we have declared the function get dimension in the class. So we need to now define that function outside the class. Can I say over here I can do that? Void box y box
class.
because this get dimension function is of the class box. મારી પાસે પણ પેન છે તમારી પાસે પણ પેન છે. Yes or no? I am also having pen, you are also having pen. So what I need to say? I want the pen of Hardik Doshi. Koni pen? Hardik Doshi. I'm getting my point. That is why we are mentioning the class name before the function. કે આપણે કેવું છે આ ક્લાસ નું આ ફંક્શન. Is it fine? Should I move further? So now what will write in get dimension function? As what he mentioned, sir, C out, C in, we need to get the members value. So can I write C out, enter length, C in, length. Same thing, I need to do it for breadth and height. Fine. Again, my question: length, breadth, and height. Can I access it without declaring? Have I passed them as a parameter? Then why I can access it? I need to pass them as a parameter to this function get dimension. Yes or no? So, a problem is there. Last lecture માં નથી properly attend કર્યો. એક આગળ જેને રિવાઇઝ નથી કર્યું. તો એ પર ભૂલી જાઓ. બહુ વધારે. You didn't attended my lecture properly last time. Length, breadth, and height are the members of class box. Get dimension is the member of class box. That means, can I say length, breadth, and height and get dimension all belong to the same class? If they belong to the same class, that's why I did not to declare them. ફરીવાર કહું છું, repeating my point once again. Over here, if you check out, then my length, breadth, and height and get dimension function, both the things are belonging to my same class, that is box. If it would have been like that, both belongs to different classes, then it is not possible. Are you getting my point? But as of now, this is possible because both of them, that is LBH our members and get dimension our function, both belongs to the same class. That's why it will not give you an error. Is it clear? Is it clear? Chalo, still I want to show you the demo for that. Let us first of all compile it. Is it giving error? No, it is not giving error. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this? Just a minute, huh? But now what I am doing is this length, breadth, and height. Okay, only length I am removing it from this class. So now can I say length does not belong to this class? And I am accessing within the volume function, area function, and get dimension function, all three. Now it should give me an error. Let us see the error. See, I got three errors. What are those errors? Undefined symbol length. Undefined symbol length. Undefined symbol length. Is it fine? Please remember this point. These are technical points which we need to remember at the time of programming. Okay, so what next now? શું call કરવું છે? New function. ક્યાં call કરવું છે? Main. Exactly. Now you are absolutely correct. Now we want to call the get dimension function from void main. Yes or no? But now my question is, get dimension function is of in the gap. Box class. So now I cannot access box class directly. So what I need to do now? We have defined a class. Now I am moving on to another definition of a class. Class is a template. Please remember this definition. Class is a template. I have made a generalized template. Means, say for example, I say student. Student is a class. Students are having many attributes like student name, student father name, student address, student city, student semester, student branch, student blood group, student email address, student contact number, student Father's contact number. I can have 50 attributes. But it is a generalized concept. But for a specific student, it will be different. All the details, of I am having 2 students in the class. So all the details for Akhil will be different and all the details for Jai will be different. But that is, values will be different. That means both are students. Same way, I can have more than one boxes. Sir, my point is, we have defined a generalized template. Now I want to make it specific for a specific box. So for that, we are now moving on to the concept of making an object. જ્યાં સુધી ઓબ્જેક્ટ નથી ત્યાં સુધી ક્લાસનું કોઈ અસ્તિત્વ જ નથી. There is no significance of class if we do not have object of that class. Do you understand my point? Because without the object of the class, we cannot access the members of the class. So the first and foremost thing for us is to make an object of the class. That we will be doing it into our void main. That's it. I have made an object of the class. First, sir, આટલું જ કરવાનું હોય object બનાવવા તો બીજું શું હોય? I have made an object of the class box. How? By writing the class name followed by the object name. So you have to tell me what is object in this. B1 is an object. Is it fine? But B1 is an object, means it is a collective object, complete object. Using this object of the class box, we will be now accessing the members of the class. Can I say what we are supposed to call? Which function first? Get dimension. So if I write get dimension, call get dimension, you are knowing how to call the function. But my question comes, get dimension of
box B1.
Get dimension of, okay, another way around. Email address of email address of the साचू बोलता था पहला email address of Akhil and not the student. You getting my point? Email address of Akhil. That means email address of object. Get dimension of B1. And what is B1? Object. You are not calling the method, you are not calling the function of class, you are calling function of specific object. Getting my point? All of you? So what I need to write? Get dimension of B1. So B1 dot get dimension. Is it fine, everyone? Any doubts with this? By reading textbook, you cannot understand in this way. For that, you need lectures. Chalo. Let's move further. Let us compile the code. Let us compile the code. No errors. Let's run the code. Sorry, I forgot something. Scanning માટે તો વેઇટ કરશે ને. It will wait for scanning. એટલે તો આવે જ ને. See, function called enter length. Yes or no? Let us enter length. Let's say I enter 10, depth 20, height 30. Done. Yes or no? Okay, that's it from my side, nothing else. That's it from my side. This is object, and you had accessed the members of the class using object. You have accessed the members of the class using object. So can I say b1 dot volume? So now my question is, volume કોનું? Volume of b1. That's why I written b1 dot volume. Well, sometimes are you getting why we are focusing on objects now? We are not focusing on data now. We are focusing on objects. That's why the language name given is object-oriented programming language. Sir, earlier it was very easy to write a program for calculating volume. Now you have made it very complex, isn't it? But as of now, you will understand that you will think that it is complex, but when you go for real-time programming, now actually you are on the verge of starting real-time programming. In the industry, everywhere, this is the way they are using. I'll show you why we are going for this. I'll show you the benefits in this lecture only. What are the benefits of this? Okay, so now let's move further. Can I write b1 dot area? Is it fine? Should I move further? All of you? Yes or no? Let us run it. Selection I have not given. I got the volume, I got the area. Yes or no? What has changed? Way of writing the program has changed. Output has not changed at any point of time. Can I move further still? Okay. Globally, there is no concept of globally in OOP language. C++ will allow, but હું તમને ઈ કરવા નહીં દઉં. Because from further higher languages like Java, .NET, PHP, they don't have the concept of global. They have completely removed this. Even we are writing void main outside the class, that also has been removed from higher languages. In Java, you need to write public static void main inside the class only. Are you getting my point? So that is the thing. Sorry? That is pending. Any doubts to this right now? Okay. What if I want to change the line? /n, okay? That also you can do it. Also along with that, you have one concept named as endl in C++. Okay, endl, if you want to change the line. So end line. Okay, is it fine? What about now, say for example, I am having second box. This is one box. Say for example, I am having second box. What I need to do?
Box B2.
Object B2. Directly it will do. Let's try to do that. So what do you say? B2. Over here. Directly B2. B2 dot
वो
get.
तो firstly define करना पड़ेगा ना ऊपर box B1
Exactly, we need to declare object of the class box, say B2. So second object. Okay, so can I write B2 dot get dimension? Can I write B2 dot volume? Can I write B2 dot area? Yes or no? Let me, for the sake of bifurcation, I'm writing something. Details of box 1. Details of box 2. So, details of box 1. Let's say the dimensions are 10, 20, and 30. Details of box 2. Let's say 1, 2, and 3. Is it fine? Say, for example, I get multiple boxes. I get multiple boxes into my system. Simply what I need to do, only I need to make an object. Do I need to write any specific code for that? So if I give you a program to write in C language, write a C program to calculate the area and volume of 50 boxes. What you need to do? You need to take an array of length for size 50, breadth for size 50, height for size 50, and correspondingly you need to write the loop for the same. Over here, have I written anywhere the loop? Don't you think it is the benefit for us? Only what I did, I made of objects and I called the functions. Rest logic of getting the length, breadth, height, and over calculating volume and calculating area. I do not do it. I do have to do anything for this. No, I do not do anything. So this is the benefit of code. Any doubts? All of you? Sure. Now again the question comes. Sir, in this class, if I want to make the 50 objects, then we can go for array of objects. That is pending. It will be the next topic. Don't worry, but we can make an array of objects. It's fine. But I don't want to go at this point right now about array of objects. But my question is, how OOP is better? Sir, for simply calculating volume, you are writing this length of program. But what are the benefits? One of the benefits I explained. Another benefit. Say, for example, in future, some of the client says to you that you have made a program of box and you have delivered to the client. And client says, I don't want now area in my logic. I don't want area at all. Then what change you need to do? Simply you need to remove one function. Your job is done. Can I say removing of the code is easier? It will not affect my another part of the class. Is there any relation between them? No. I'm getting my point. So this is the benefit. Adding and removing the code is easier. And say, for example, you people are working in a company. I had given you to work with this class. And if I say you are supposed to work with class box, and there are 5 people working on the class box, so I can divide it. That volume will be handled by one person, area will be handled by second person, volume in liters will be handled by third person. So nobody is concerned with nobody's code. Volume will not interfere in area, volume not interfere in volume with liters. So this is the benefit with respect to developers and not the output. The output which we are seeing right now can be obtained with any language, any C language, any damn language. But what benefit you are getting is as a developer you are getting, not as a user. That's why we have moved on to OOP language. And recent, or I should not say recent, but the researches and development have done something like you need to draw the class diagrams and code will be generated automatically from diagrams. So how? If you recall my lecture, we have started in Notepad. I written class box, then I written members, then I written functions separately if you remember. That is nothing but you can make a diagram of it. That I will be having these many number of classes in my program, in my project. Automatically some of the code will be generated by the system, by the software. There are certain softwares available which generates the code by default. Logic will not be generated. That is, if you want to calculate volume, then volume formula will not be generated. But the structure of the program will be generated. Like there will be a volume function, like there will be an area function, likewise. સોફ્ટવેર આવે છે કે જે ઓટોમેટિક તમને કોડ જનરેટ કરે પણ I should say code generate કરવા માટે specific structure of the code will be generated, not the complete code. Wherein you need to fill in the gap, like તમારું જે logic આવતું હોય, then you need to fill it up. That's it. Is it fine? Any doubts with this? So it will reduce the time of your typing and creating the code structure. જે અમારે ટાઈમ લાગ્યો આખો કે ભાઈ ફંક્શન ડિક્લેર કર્યું, ફંક્શન ડિફાઇન કર્યું, ક્લાસ બનાવ્યો, એને કોલ કરે, એ બધો ટાઈમ થોડો ઘણો તમારો ઘટી. So you can get the benefit. We are the only engineering branch wherein we do not have any kind of automation. If you go to a mechanical industry, then there is an automation to that. But we do not have the system that automatically code and logic will be generated, which is the only branch. We do not have any automation. You're getting my point? We do not have any kind of automation. Okay. Can I move further? Can I move further? All of you? So what we have understood till now? What we have understood till now? Sir, we understood that how we can create the objects. We understood how we can access the members of the class. Yes or no? If I can access get dimension, get volume and area function, can I not write like this? I spoke a very general statement. I spoke a very general statement that if I want to access any members of the class, if I want to access the members of the class, I can access it by means of object name dot the member name. So can I not say length, breadth, height are the members of the class? I can access it by means of dot. That's what I have written. V1 dot length equals to 10. Can I write it? Yes, I can write it. Yes or no? Let me compile it. Sir, તમે ઓછા નથી. કાંઈક હશે તો જ આ તમે લખ્યું હશે. બરાબર છે? Can I write it? No, I cannot write it. Your point. What is the error? Read the error. Understand the error. Interpret it very carefully, please. Always in the programming, learn from errors. Sorry? Exactly. First of all, interpret the error. Box, colon, double colon, length means length belongs to class box. तो ये जो length है हमारा वो box class का है. That's why they are interpreting it like this. Box length is not accessible. Why not accessible?
We had private. Sir.
We have made length to be private. If you can check out, length is private. It is written in private section. Means length, whatever is written in private section, length, breadth and height, which are private members of the class, cannot be written, cannot be accessed outside the class. Void main is outside the class. Is it fine? But if I write this length in public section, then will it give me error? Let us check it out. See, now no error. Did you understand what is the main point behind this? Public and private members, all of you, I'll tell you the right? Private members can be accessed within the class only. फिर से कोई मुझे पूछेगा कि सर लेंथ ब्रेथ हाइट हमने वॉल्यूम में तो लिखा है, वो तो क्लास के बाहर ही है ना. I have used length, breadth and height outside the class. Then is it fine? Why fine? That function belongs to the same class. That's why you can access the private members. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? All of you? Any doubts with this now? So what today we understood how many things. We started off with objects, or how to declare objects of the class. Secondly, we discussed how to access the members of the class using objects. And thirdly, what we have discussed? Private and public. Still one thing is remaining, that is protected. Okay, don't take protected right now because it will come when we discuss inheritance. Okay, so public and private. So what is the meaning of private? Private members can be accessed within the class only, whereas public members can be accessed outside the class also. But again, there is one condition. Star condition applied. Can be accessed outside the class, but using object only. I cannot simply write length like this. I'd written b1.length, but I cannot write simply length. This is wrong. If I want to still access the members outside the class, I need to have the object. Without object, I cannot access any member. This is my first condition. Is it fine? All of you? Any doubts with this? Sir, you told me any doubts, but I do have still one more doubt. You are not going to ask me the doubts. Sir, whom we need to make private and whom we need to make public? कोने private member बनाना और कोने public member बनाना क्यों खबर पड़े? बराबर है? Yes or no? Even I can make some functions as private. Like what I have written, get data, get dimension, get volume, get dimension, volume and area. Out of these three, I can make them to be public private also. Don't worry, still this is not the right time to discuss about what members goes into the private and what goes into the public. As of now, what you take it into consideration that all the variables which you write, all the variables which you make member of the class, make them private. और कोई मुझे सर सब कुछ पब्लिक बना दे तो no, don't make that practice. Then it is, I am saying, it is not right time to discuss whom to make private and whom to make public. Okay, so as of now, just take it into consideration that all the variables which you declare in the class will go as a private member. Is it fine? Any doubt to this? Please completely write this program. I think you had written last time, but void main was pending. Even get dimension was not written. So please complete that part. Right? No, performance in that. Write it up right now. It will help you out. Writing will help you out more. Right? Again, one thing I am repeating, you can execute this code in VS Code as well, code blocks as well, whichever you are comfortable. Okay? I am comfortable with our old Purana, old Turbo C. Okay, but you are comfortable with maybe VS Code or maybe with code block, you can. Okay, I am not denying onto that part. My main part is to write the program. When you write, I don't mind for that. I am not concerned about that. How many are from TCC class? Please very problem. TCC, rest all TCC. Good. આજે જાય છો કે રોજ આવી આવવાના રોજ ટીચર ઉઠાઈ જશે અને બસ મળી જશે તો આવશું એવું એટલે હસવા માંડે છે સમજી જાવ કરે એવું I request everyone to write the code. It will help you out. Just watching the code will not help you to learn. Sir, is there any sequence of declaring or defining the functions? No, it is your choice. But generally, we follow the sequence as per our logic. Now, you people have dived into the ocean of object-oriented programming language. Okay, now you need to start practicing it. In case of data structures program, you can use C++. Huh? I think lab sir will be guiding you to write the programs in C. No problem with that. Along with that, you can write it in C++ also. Okay, so as per your choice. All of you, please focus on 3 subjects in this semester which are highly required at any point of time in your life. One is data structures. Understand it. Don't mug it up. Try to understand the subject of data structure. Secondly, database management system, which is one of the, we can say, heart of any software system. Database is the heart of any software system. It is highly required to learn database management system, especially SQL, structured query language. You can ask your D2D friends, without a DPMS, they cannot make any project. And thirdly, C++. I will not force on C++, but C++ is a language which will help you to learn object orientation. Because Java is object oriented language which is derived from C++. C Sharp is also object oriented language which is derived from C++. Any language nowadays you take, all are object oriented languages only. As of now, I discussed the concept of class and object. The same thing, same concept is there with Java. Same concept is there with C Sharp. Same concept is there with Swift, Objective C, Kotlin, any language you take. Even you take Angular, PHP, Node.js, anything you take. Everything is following this concept. Language, there are more than 300 languages in this world. More than. There are minimum 300 to 300. Sorry? Web development, you can mostly you can have Java, that is JSP. You can have .NET, that is C Sharp.NET. You can have PHP. You can have CGI, but now CGI is outdated. Nowadays Angular is Angular is the next generation. React, Angular, Node, all are next generation. For web, all these are the big names. Angular, Node, then React, and everything. They are the next generation. Exactly. Syntax changes, but logic do not change. If you write a program of even or in C or in C++, is there any change in logic? એવું થાય છે કે C માં આપણે divide by 2 કરીએ 0 આવે તો even અને C++ માં કાઈ પડી જાય છે? No, not at all. So logic do not changes anywhere. Logic do not change. Only syntax changes. The structure of writing the program changes. Nothing else. So today we stop here. All the online students, please put your enrollment numbers in chat box, and you can leave. We will continue with this same box program till possible to learn all the concepts. एक program na example. Majority I try to know all the concepts. जो class object નો concept આવી ગયો, class members access કરવાનો concept આવી ગયો. Still few more concepts are there. So we'll be moving with this. Done? હું ઊભો છું. If you observe it carefully, then our complete logic part is now not in void main. Can you see that? Our business logic is now in class. Okay, fine. D2D. Regular or D2D? TC2, D2D. Anyone left out for regular TC2 class? TC3. 92100103011. 20. 10. Okay. Thank you, all of you. 9 2. Okay, okay, fine. Joyless.